Welcome to the show. It is me, your girl, Labora Lee, and you have now tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast. Uh-huh. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Today is Wet and Wired Wednesday. Today is the day that we come and we have a conversation, adult conversation. We talk about all of the things that adults should talk about. Sometimes they're scantily clad, sometimes, they're just general conversation, but we talk about it and we're not ashamed of it either. But before we get into it, I have to do this really, really quick. I'll be right back.
Want last minute brand design help? Get top tier Fiverr freelance creatives at your fingertips fast with secure payments and 24/7 support. Head to fiverr.com today and get something started.
All right, I'm back. Listen, I'm having a few technical difficulties, but I'm getting it together. But first things first, I want to get into this. This is interesting. This is an interesting cup of tea. So let me talk about this really quick. Oh, first, before I get into any of that, let me say these things. Please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. It's very important that you do so we can keep this thing going that we got here, this little thing of ours. Um, every like, every share, every subscription means the world to me. So if you don't mind, just click. Um, the phone lines are open. So drop a comment, call in, leave a text. I'll read it on live on the show. Or you can ask me to drop a link, and I most certainly will. I'm waiting for this my other computer to load up over here because we had a few technical difficulties this evening, but I think I already explained that. But as we're going through the conversation, the number is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and the number is 443-850-4828. Um, if you've watched this show before, you know there are multiple screens in this studio, and so I'm looking over here because I'm trying to get this together so I can actually take this down. But meanwhile, let's get into it. So, um, every year the Webster's Dictionary decides to um dedicate one word as the word of the year. And this year, the word is gaslighting. Gaslighting. I'm sure many of you know what that means, but just in case you don't, I'm going to fill you in. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I might have some luck over here, boo. I might have some luck, but let me make this a little bit larger so I can see because I don't have my glasses. Okay, so Merriam Webster, the dictionary people, I think I have one in here, has crowned one of social media's favorite triggered words as gaslighting. The dictionary company dubbed the term its 2022 word of the year, defining it as the act or practicing of grossly misleading someone, especially for one's own advantage. The word is usually applied to emotionally abusive situations, such as Black women not being believed in believed when they raise concerns during their pregnancies. Listen to that. Um, it's also heavily used in politics, as many accused lawmakers of gaslighting residents who question their motives. Um, mm. Now let's give a little back history on the word. Though the term first originated from a 1938 film titled Gaslight, about a man trying to convince his wife that she is going crazy. It it has been made more popular across social media in recent years, especially on Twitter. So yeah, that was interesting. I'm like, whoa, that's the word of the year. What? What? Oh, okay. Hold on. So let me see if I got things together over here because it was rough for a second. Yeah, baby. Get me back where I belong. Anyway, so Next, let's talk about this. We are celebrating this year 25 years of Hype Williams' classic movie film, Belly. When I say that that was back in the day, honey, that was one of my that was one of my top movies. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That movie, man, that movie. I think it might have touched home a lot because, you know, um, I mean, a lot of people from the hood, and it is what it is. I do want to share this crazy moment. I thought it was funny, so I'm gonna share it with you guys. Hold on, let me. Oh, wait a minute. And most of everything, if we play anything else, will be. But this, my friends, let me make it bigger on the screen, was my laugh for the day, and we're gonna play it. Oh, we're gonna play it. Let me share my screen really quickly. Cause yeah, sometimes these Karens, and I want y'all to understand, Karens aren't just Karens aren't a race. Okay, good. We back where I needed to be. Karens do not qualify as a race. Karens qualify as what they are. People who just do retarded stuff because they feel like they have some type of um priority, so to speak, or like they are in charge of some things. I'm moving some things around. That's why it's taking me so long. Um, let's get it. Listen to this. Hold on. Let's see. Where's my sound? Okay, hold on before I get to that. Hold on. It's coming. Give me a second. Oh, where is my sound? Hold on. Damn it. Man. I wanted to hear this. Okay,
You're
here we
here
go.
a lot, and I see you. You don't live here. And even so, I need to park here.
That's not how it works.
You are a disgusting piece of crap.
Your mother.
Wait, I gotta play that again one more time.
I got to play. You're going to be in real trouble. You're sitting in the car. I need to park here.
No, I'm parking here. I live here.
Well, get out. You
No,
don't have a car pass.
I do, and it's not your business. I live here.
You're here a lot, and I see you. You don't live here. And even so, I need to park here.
That's not how it works.
You are a disgusting piece of crap.
Your mother.
When I say the look on her face, when I say the look on that woman's
I got
face.
to play.
Hold on, let me get rid of this really
You're
quick.
sitting in the car. I need to park here.
Hold
No, I'm
on.
parking here.
When I say the look on this lady's face when he said your
I
mother.
live here.
Oh,
Well, get out. You don't have a car pass.
I do.
oh my gosh, when I say the look on her face, if I didn't die laughing, because here's the thing. I know that we want we want our own way and we want things to work out the way we want them to work out. We want people to do what it is that we want them to do, but that's not how the world works, honey. It's not. It's really not how the world works. So you need to get over it. But yeah, and then you hurled the insult at the man, so I felt like whatever he said was fair game. You just can't go around speaking to people any kind of way. Okay. Any kind of way. Watch your mouth. So, let's get into let's get back into the rest of what we need to get back into this evening. But I found that very entertaining. I thought it was hilarious. Hilarious. Now, also, we'll get into that in a minute. There is this song, and let me pull it up because I want y'all to understand. This man had me thinking, because of this song. It's a song called Obsessed. And in the song, the gentleman states that he does it's not enough to just fall in love. He wanted her to be obsessed, and he said some other things too about how he was going to look. Listen, I thought about what he was saying in the song, and by the way, I like the song. I like the song very much. But then I thought about it like, would I want to be obsessed with somebody? I like being in love. I don't know if I want to be obsessed. Being obsessed is a scary thing. But he is going on tour. His name is Byron. Is Byron Juan, or yeah, something like that. But I was just like, sir, I don't know if I want to be a part of the obsessed gang. That's a bit much. Again, oh, here it is. Let me pull this one up because this gives me the lyrics really quick. I want to be in love, and I certainly am, but I don't know that I want to be obsessed. I just don't know if that's the lane I want to be in. Let's see what he said. I won't play the music because of copyright issues. I had that problem on Monday, but I will read what he said. He said, I want you, it's not enough to be in love. I want you to be obsessed. I'll take your soul and leave you spiritless, licking till nothing's left. Sir, you that's a lot. That's a whole fucking lot. I can't. I don't want to be a part of the obsessed gang. Um Now don't get it twisted. I like like when he put his mouth on me and all that good stuff. But I don't know that I want to be obsessed to that degree. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Now I do want to throw in a little sports talk because that's my thing. That may not be your thing, but that's okay. I just want to have a conversation, an adult conversation about something I heard earlier, and I want you guys to listen to it with me as well. So when I play it, I will be turning down my volume, but I'll be right here. But listen to this. This is Moni Love. She was a guest host on the Frank Ski Show. And this happened and they discussed it. And it's very important that we listen to this really quick. So I am going to turn my mic down. I'll be right back.
Pronouncing our country's name wrong. Our country is named Iran, not Iran. Please, once and for all, let's get this clear. Second of all, are you okay to be representing a country that has so much discrimination against Black people in its own borders? And we saw the Black Lives Matter movement over the past few years.
Okay, so here's I'm triggered.
That's the one I wanted to hear right there.
I needed you all to hear this, right? I'm triggered, and I'm going to tell you why I'm triggered. All right. Number one, the way that this press person posed the way that he basically wanted to get the proper pronunciation of his country was set up wrong. That man did not know the proper pronunciation of the country, and many people pronounce things differently. So all he had to do was say, hey, Mr. Adams, just so that you know, our country's name is pronounced.
But you're pronouncing our country's name wrong. Our country is named Iran, not Iran.
All right, I'm gonna bring myself back on a mic really quick. Okay, so there's a few takeaways that I could definitely get from this situation. One is being when it comes to other countries, not all of the time do we pronunciate. I have problems pronunciating. Like when I'm showing my people's love, which I will be doing that soon. Let me make sure I got my little list available. But when I'm showing my people's love, there are a few countries that I'm more than certain that I did not pronunciate the name of the country properly. Hold on, we got some comments. Let's see what people talking about. Oh no, we won't do any of that, and you are blocked. You're blocked. Anyway, so not even gonna waste any of our time with that nonsense. There are times, even with this podcast, because people listen to this podcast from different locations all over the world, which I'm very thankful. By the way, I'm very thankful to you for listening. And I thank you for your forgiveness in advance for not pronouncing the name of your country properly. as Americans, and it's not to make an excuse because we can put forth the effort. That's why I say if I didn't pronounce it properly, please let me know, and I will try to correct myself. But at the same time, um, on behalf of Iran, because I want to say it properly, um, I understand at the same time because Americans do say Iran a lot. They do, they do, they do. So I kind of get that. Um, and at the same time, we also have to understand customs and cultural, cultural differences when it comes to other countries. Some to you it might sound like they're coming off rude, but not necessarily are they. And it's not even just the cultural difference or the customs of other countries either, because you can have a conversation with someone else as an adult, and they can take it as you're being facetious. They can take it as you're being a jerk, an asshole. They can take it a lot of ways. I know I've had conversations with people, and I know for sure that I'm not in my heart and in my mind, I'm not trying to be rude or come off rude, but they will take it that way. And it's like, well, damn, like I wasn't coming off that way in my heart, my mind, but perception is everything. Um, Now, when it comes down to the problems that we have in this country, I don't think that a football player, not American football, but a football player, because in other countries it's just called football. It's not called soccer. But for America's sake, soccer. I don't think and I don't know, because even in our sports here, when it comes down to it, when journalists speak to athletes here, they ask political questions or politically geared questions. I could see how Moni felt some kind of way about it, and why she was triggered. Um, Moni is from England, but she has spent a lot of her life in the United States, and I do not feel like necessarily that politics should be a part of sports, but it is because this is the world that we live in. Um, Athletes deal with stuff every day, and I'm quite certain that the athlete that they were talking to was an African American athlete, and I might be wrong. I did not see the original, um, so I'm assuming I did not see the original interview. Um, that's a touchy thing when it comes to other countries and our politics and theirs. Their politics are way different than ours. Their customs are different than ours. Their culture is different than ours. And I think that maybe a conversation should be had versus just assuming what is meant or what was said. Um, like I said, as far as pronouncing the name of the country, how it's pronounced, maybe he's sick of people saying it wrong and he just wanted to be correct. And how he came off about how it was pronounced could be taken as a rude situation, and you're blocked as well. Um, oh, you're blocked. Don't think you can keep come over here spamming my page, my platform. That's not allowed here. So know that anytime that those kind of comments come up, you're gonna be blocked. I can block you a million times. My finger doesn't get tired. Um, but I think I think with this world, there's a lack of understanding, and that's not anyone's fault. It's different all over the world, and because of that, um, you know, people will take things personally and get in their feelings about it and blase blah blase blah yada 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 yada. But at the end of the day, I really don't think. I don't know. I mean, I might need to listen to it again and maybe I'll get a deeper understanding, or I don't know, but it's safe to say just don't jump to conclusions about what somebody meant or what they meant to say or how they meant to say it, because you could totally be wrong. But let's keep moving. I don't want to stay on that topic too long. Now here's some scandal. I got to throw a little scandal in on Wet and Wired Wednesdays because it's fun. And then I'm going to get to the other things that I want to talk about as well. So Good Morning America co-host Amy wrote. I'm just here's one of those times where pronunciation it happens. So I'm probably not gonna say her name correctly, but I'm gonna try. But Good Morning America's co-host Amy Roback and TJ Holmes allegedly leaves their spouses following a months long affair. Well, it happens in the workspace all the time. It happens. I'm not. Am I shocked? Absolutely not. It happens. Um, does it come to light often like this? Probably not. Um, and then I wonder how are they going to handle that? The Good Morning America, because I'm quite sure there are terms and conditions within a contract where you're not supposed to be canoodling and dib dabbing. I can't even keep it. Is you're not supposed to be fucking your coworker. Let's just keep it a buck. But I don't know what their policies are over there at Good Morning America. But I'm more than certain they're not supposed to be doing that. And then before I dive into all of that, the whole Balenciaga thing. The world is mad at Balenciaga right now. They burning their attire and all of that good stuff. I never thought Balenciaga was hot anyway. Personally, I thought most of the stuff that they made was hideous. That's just me. And this was before the whole scandal with the whole teddy bear situation and the child abuse, promotion and stuff. But yeah, I never thought what they had was hot. I know everybody was on it, but I don't listen. There are a lot of things that I saw that they made that I was like, ill. And because people like Kanye and Kim Kardashian and others, who else, Offset and people of that nature were promoting, and a lot of people were on the bandwagon. I'm not really a bandwagoner when it comes to my fashion. What to wear, what makes me comfortable, what I like, what I feel makes me feel good. I'm not wearing it because you, as a celebrity, said it was hot. Sorry, I'm just not cut from that cloth. But I want to play this one more clip, and then we're gonna get into some more stuff. What time is it? We're good. Okay. So Young Jock put his 2 cents into the baby situation, and listen to what he had to say.
Some things that went against him. Okay. When he did that shit, when that shit transpired with him and Danny Lay, you always got to remember, man, like in a position of being an entertainer, if your fan base more women, if it's women, when it start looking like you're a womanizer or you don't care about women or you'll go against them women that's supposed to mean something in your life, that shit gonna stick with them. Because every woman has dealt with a man like this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The last thing that I think probably ticked some, let me say this right. One of the last things that he did that possibly ticked off his fan base, the women in this culture, is out the blue saying he fucked me at the Stallion.
All right, let me bring myself back on mic. Now, here's the thing. I personally try to let everybody deal with their relationships the way they need to deal with it. I did report on the whole situation with him and Danny Lay, but it was a lot more to the situation with him and Danny Lay as well. Was I upset that he said anything about him smashing Meg the Stallion. No, that's her problem to deal with, not personally mine. See, when you start taking on other people's problems, then it becomes your problem. And then you're stressing and dealing with some things that you should not be dealing with. Because it's not your business. It's not your business. But it happens, that happens through life. Now, I found this very interesting and well, and I'm going to get to because it's more things I'm going to play. But I wanted to talk about that. This is why I tell people mind your business and just come here and let me tell you the business and then whatever. But I don't compartmentalize their issues. Their issues are not my issues. Absolutely not. What relationship I worry about is my relationship. And I don't bring it to y'all. I mean, well, I did on when he was on the show, but that was fun. We were having fun with each other. But I don't take whatever we going through and we don't go through much. But if we go through something, I don't bring it to y'all like he did this, and we're not going live about it. I'm gonna deal with him, and he's gonna deal with me, and that's how we like it. So I feel like if people did take it personally, it's because the baby and Danny Lay put it out there. And as far as this Mac the Stallion thing and him, I felt like he did that for clout. And that's why he put that out there. His album sales haven't been doing that great. As far as doing concerts and things that haven't been that great. And so I think he's looking for his gimmick to get back on top where he once was. But I didn't take any of that shit personally. I wouldn't have bought the baby's album anyway. But that's because I'm not really a fan. He had some joints that I like, but I'm not a fan. So I think I have a problem with everybody putting everybody into a box. If I liked his music, would the situation with him and Danny Lay bother me a little bit? Mm, I don't like what he did at all. And if I was a fan, I would not like what he did at all. But then at the same time, it's a lot of things that went on in that situation. So you have to know exactly what was going on. Well, not exactly, but you need to pay attention to the little minute details to see what was going on in that situation in the first place. But their business is not my business. And here's the thing. When it comes to music, their personal lives has nothing to do with the music. If I like the music, I like the music. I don't have nothing to do with their personal lives. So that's just that. So Glorilla says you can't find love in a club. I certainly agree with her. Now, that's not to say that I never try. I did try one time. I met a guy in a club in DC. We started rocking with each other, and I rocked with him. Took him to one little family function. And come to find out he had a whole nother girlfriend. It's weird. But we hung out a lot before that or whatever. We hung out before we did the dirty deed and all of that. And I don't think we did it more a lot because I wasn't really satisfied with the whatever. Because if I don't like it the first time, I'm not gonna do it again. Put it like that. How about that? Yes, I'm kind of. I got you because I don't know if that's petty, but yeah, I'm petty like that. If I don't like it the one time we did it, I'm probably not gonna do it again. But that was one of those times where I was like, nah, I'm not up for meeting guys in the club, and I never did it again. That's not to say I didn't go to a club again. I did. Did I run into an ex in the club before? Yes, I have, and I didn't try to turn that into a romance either. It just was what it was. I don't want to call him an ex. I'll say somebody that I was talking to, and then we stopped talking, and then we reunited, but that was good. It was good. It was a good session before the club incident, so it was good after that night after the club. But I didn't go looking for love in a club. I don't think one is, and she said this, and I say this all the time: when you go to the club, especially if you go to the club on a regular basis, you go to the club and you see the same faces. I'm not a club person personally. I don't really like going to the club. First of all, I don't like having to get all dressed up and cute and stuff just to go sweat it out. That's not my forte. But you go to the club, and if you go on a regular, and especially that's why you shouldn't be trying to find no love in the club. But you go on a regular, you see the same faces every freaking weekend or weekday, whenever you go to the club. I can't predict your club schedule. But you're not gonna find everybody in there is trying to smash. Well, it's I hate the I'm not gonna put dudes in the box either, but because ladies be on that tip too. But everybody is in there on a mission. Let's just say that, and it's not for love. So do I agree with her on that one? Absolutely. Let's keep it moving. So apparently, gone are the days when people want to meet each other in person and face to face and get that connection, feel if the vibe is really there. Apparently Tinder is where everybody's finding love at right now, if you want to find love. Now I personally have never been, and I blame, who I blame for apps like Tinder and what's the other one, Plenty of Fish and stuff like that. You know who I blame for that? Speed dating, because that was the Tinder and the Plenty of Fish before social media and the apps came along. So I blame speed dating first. But I'm I want to see if it's a vibe. I need to feel if the aura is there, is the chemistry there. I I've never been big on I want to meet somebody on Tinder or Plenty of Fish. Nah, I'll pass. But apparently that's where everybody's going right now, to connect and meet with other people that are potential relationship or situationship status. Again, I've been with the same person I've been with for years. But if I was single, I don't think that's the avenue I want to take. Where do you meet people these days? I have no clue. I haven't been single in a long time. But even when I wasn't like, oh, well, let me go on a dating app and see. Nah, I'm scared of dating apps. There's a lot of crazy people out here on the internet. And yeah, so that's not my forte. Let's keep it moving though. Speaking of internet and social media and things of that nature, this couple, and I've watched them over the years. Let me get a little sip of water. Uh-huh. I've watched them over the years. And I thought it was cute. He sings. I don't know if he raps too, but I know for sure he sings. Um, Beautiful voice. And she played the role of the loving wifey, take care of the kids, hold it down, and they had a lot of social media acclaim, right? But recently, all of the shit has hit the fan. All of their business has been on social media, specifically Facebook and IG. It was a whole domestic situation, DV situation. Um, and both of them showed their perspectives of what happened. The first one, I think she said that he broke her finger, and he said she sprayed mace, but it all boiled down to she took his phone. He fought her for the phone, and she took his laptops, one of his laptops, and he fought her for that. And then she started spraying mace, and he took the plastic storage container and threw it on her, and that's how her finger got broke. That's a short synopsis of what they said happened. And then he said it was a skit, but then she said it wasn't a skit, and then they went back and forth, and then going through the whole divorce thing now. And then I guess she went back. Well, I guess after that incident she left, but then she went back. And then the incident happened again. Then the footage comes up of her calling the police, and the operator's like, well, leave from where he is, and she's like, I can't, he's following me, and he has a piece, a pow pow, a bang bang, you know what I mean, that thing. She said he had it, and he's recording her like, no, I don't, or whatever, and she makes me in my own house, or I guess she makes the man twice. I don't know what the situation is, but here's the thing. What I gather from the situation is this: there is a reason why your relationship should not be on the internet. It's cute. Like I said, I had my boo on the show, but he's not on the internet with me all the time. It was just something fun that we did that night. I don't think that he'll be with me all the time on the show. He can come back though, because that was a vibe and it was fun. And we had fun the whole night. It was almost like a date a little bit. But we aren't gonna be doing skits. We aren't gonna be sharing our whole relationship on it. That's just not our type of vibe. That's not what we do. But it's a reason why everything doesn't belong on the internet. Some things you need to deal with internally, not externally. Um, Everybody sees what is going on. Everybody now has input on what's going on in your relationship. Um, then it's like you're trying to get people to take sides on who's right and who's wrong. It's just weird, dude. It's totally freaking weird. It's the reason why everything, your relationship should not be internet based, or I'll just say social media based. Just it's a reason. It's okay if you want to show love here and there. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I've shared pictures of he and I before. I've even shared a live where we was shit faced drunk, but it was fun. Again, but it's not all on the internet. You don't see everything that we go through, everything that we discuss. It's just not on the internet because it's not for you. It's for us. Um, but I definitely confess my love for the man I have on the internet. I just don't like if we got beef. It's beef between us. It's not beef between he and I, and then you too. That's just not how that works. Um, and then ladies, stop making these false allegations on these men. And I'm not just going to say one kind of man. I'm just saying men in general. Here's the thing: you call the cops. You tell them that this man is doing something to you that he's not doing to you. Then you get him arrested, and then he has problems. Now he got to go to court and all that bull crap. And then you take him back, and then you look stupid by doing that. But you're making unnecessary problems for him. So this particular dude that we're talking about, he's a black man. And for us in this country, I say for us in general as a people, it's hard. But for them, black men in this country, it's way harder. And I ain't gonna say it's definitely not way harder. But when it comes to the law and calling the police, it's way harder. So I stop making false accusations, calling the cops and telling them lies about these men just because at that moment you are hurt. A temporary decision can cause a lifelong amount of drama and bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, stop doing that. That's bullshit. When it comes to marriages and relationships, if you choose to have one, their work. They're not, nobody said they're going to be super easy all the time. You're going to have your issues. You're going to have your problems. You're going to have things that bother each other about one another. But if it's worth it, then you will put in the work. There's work. You know what I mean? Like, it's work. Not saying like a job, but it's work. It is work. It's not always peachy keen. It's not always a bowl of cherries. You're not always, every relationship you're going to find some argument. You're going to argue. I'm not saying you should be arguing all the time, but for a healthy relationship, there are going to be moments where you're going to argue. I had to learn that myself. Like, okay. And it's okay. Well, we'll get to that at the end because I am going to give you some mental health tips before I leave out of here. But you're going to go through things. Now, it's this one thing. Yes, honey. I told you I was going to be playing some things. And it was this one thing. Here, go right here. Is this one chick. And she's a Korean chick, I believe. Well, she'll correct me if I'm wrong. And she talked about her and dating black men. So let's listen to it, and then I'll come back with my commentary. Hold on.
South Korea. I'm a thick woman. I weigh about 165 pounds. I'm 5'5". So honestly, the brothers like to holler, and they still do. Regardless of what some men in the comments are trying to say that black men aren't checking for Asian women. Yeah, right. Check my DMs. But anyway, pretty much every time I met a black man, he thought it would be a flex to say something like, yeah, I like my women foreign. I like my women exotic. And I don't know why they decided to say that to me, if they thought it would make me feel good or something. But for me, it's always a red flag. And so I would dig in a little bit further and say, well, what do you mean by that? Like, because I'm a white girl on the inside. My family is white. I grew up in a white community in a small town in the Midwest. So I might look exotic, but I'm Wonder Bread white on the inside. So anyway, whenever these guys would say this, I'd be like, well, you're about to be in for a big disappointment if you're expecting a submissive, docile Asian to take care of you. But it really bothered me when these guys would say, yeah, I don't like Black women, because that's what it always came down to, that they didn't date Black women, regardless if they were Black or not. And their moms are Black, their sisters are Black, their cousins are Black. I'm like, would you say this to their face? That's weird. So I kind of pick and prod after I already decided, yeah, I'm done with this, I'm out, because anybody who says something like that just is an immediate red flag. But it always came down to the same stupid stereotypes that Black men always have to say about women. They're loud, they're masculine, they don't know how to treat a man, they wear fake hair. So what? So what? You don't have to put down an entire race of women because you have a preference. And honestly, like, I've dated pretty much every race, every ethnicity. I'm Ms. Worldwide when it comes to dating. Only common denominator is Black hair and dark eyes usually. But I've never heard any group of men put down their own women more than I've heard Black men do it in pursuit of other women. And I just find it really disheartening. And I understand why this divide is getting bigger, but I don't want to be a part of it. So I hate it, and I had to speak on it.
All right, and I'm not mad at her for, speaking on it, because that's a very important thing to talk about. I have, but see, I think I could take it a step further than she took it. One is, yes, as a Black man, how do you say that I don't? Well, you have your preference, and that's okay. Everybody has a preference, right? Personally, I've only dated outside of my race one time, and that's about it. And that's not to say that I couldn't date outside of my race more if I wanted to, because I absolutely could. It's men of all types that have come at me. And I'm talking men of all types, men from all countries. No, I don't hear those men saying that they wouldn't date their own kind or their own race or women from their own countries. I've never heard that. I've heard, oh, you're beautiful. And I love that when they say that. So thank you in advance. But at the same time, when it comes to Black men, I've heard that a few times. And also, the belief that a Black woman can't be submissive, that's not true. We talked about that when my boo was on the show as well. That's not a true statement. Well, we didn't talk about Black women being submissive, but we did talk about what he felt like submission was. And I talk about what I feel like submission is as well. That's not true that a Black woman can't be submissive, and that's not true that we all wear fake hair. By the way, this is my hair. But I've heard that on the show as well. Like somebody came in and was like, "Oh, you're beautiful." I thanked them, and then he was like, "I wish Black women would embrace." And I think I had on a wig that day. I wish Black women would embrace their own natural hair and all of this and all of that. It's not always about what you think, and that bothers me a lot. Like I told him that day, we don't always wear wigs and weaves because we don't like who we are. Sometimes that's a protective hairstyle so that we can protect our own hair, because we can do a lot of damage to our own hair, and then it's not there. Okay. And it's fine if you have short hair. It doesn't matter what the thing is, that I only date exotic looking women or foreign looking women. Again, that's your preference, and more power to you. But I find it disheartening and disgusting that somebody would. And what do you think you're doing when you say that to a woman of another ethnic background? Do you think that that's turning her on? Say you get this chick. She just told you. Usually that's a red flag for her, and she wants no part of it, and she's out. And she was raised by a Caucasian family. You don't look good when you do that, and you think you look good to the other, but you don't. So cut it out. Just say, you're beautiful to me. I think you're amazing. You don't got to put down Black women to tell her how beautiful and amazing she is. And don't get it twisted. I think all women are beautiful. I think women of all races are beautiful. But I'm not gonna stand by while you're putting down my kind because you're trying to achieve something else. And you seen what happened to dude with Shorty who was the what was she OnlyFans model, and he's not here anymore, and she's going to prison. Yeah, this is, you're not doing anything. Um, don't let other people's perspective of you control who you are and your actions. That's that ties into that. Know your self worth and have a self vision. The self vision is a vision that you see, and nobody else is telling you where to go and how to do it. It's very important because, and that's a big part of self love. You have self love, and you know what that projects when you do things like tell other women of other races. It shows that you don't love yourself. It's a lot of self hate in those statements. I only date foreign women, or I only date exotic women. That shows that you don't love yourself as a black man. It doesn't show her that black women are bad, and you don't know who her friends are. She probably has black friends and love them to death and think they're the most amazing people. But you think because you're saying that to her that you're doing something. What it shows her is that you don't love yourself. All right. Um, so let's move on. Um, whew, this one's get ready to get a little saucy. So wait, I'm missing one. Okay. Okay. So as we all know, it's here. I just put it in the wrong place. As we all know, Kanye and Kim were going through this whole divorce thing. It's been finalized now. He's been ordered to pay $200,000 a month in child support. And it's crazy because DL Hughley is ripping him, and let's get, yeah, and that's right in my face. So how beautiful was that? DL Hughley is ripping him for, shredding him for filth, dragging him for filth because of the song that he made many, many years ago called Gold Digger. And I'm going to read what DL had to say about this. He said, when your life imitates art, yikes. If you ain't no punk holler, we want prenup. We want prenup. Yeah. It's something that you need to have because when she leave your ass, she gonna leave with half. He put the lyrics. He put the lyrics on there, and that's what's happening right now. She left his ass and she leaving with half. Um, Child support is a crazy thing, and the weird part about it is, um, and I'm not gonna see. This is how you handle this to those men who have to put a color on it. I'm not putting a color on it. It's men out here in general who get put on child support. But there's two ways you could look at child support. You have those bitter, which is get ready to be my next subject. Thing to discuss. You have bitter women out here that are upset and angry about how things worked out or did not work out, and so they want child support. Then you have the other women who actually just want you to help take care of your child. It's not about, I want all your money. I just want you to do what it is that you're supposed to do for your child. Now, I told you, I've said this many times on this podcast before. I don't really believe in the child support system because why is it that I have to go and tell a grown man to take care of his kid? I don't believe in the system. My daughter's father is not on child support. We are not together. Y'all seen my boo if you watched the show before. He's not my child's father. He's my boo, but I would gladly have his baby. And if it didn't work out, I wouldn't put him on child support either. But he's a good damn dad. He takes care of his kids, all of them, including Grant. But I just don't believe in that system. That's just me personally. I don't believe in that system, but apparently Kim Kardashian does. And am I mad at her? Hold on, let me get this. Let's get this real quick. Am I mad at her for wanting child support? No, that's her business. She has 4 kids with the man, and I'm quite sure she wants him to help take care of the kids. Here's the thing though, Kim. You want the child support. Don't go around keeping those kids away from their father though. Like, be fair all across the board. You feel me? Because Kanye he got his moments, but he doesn't strike me as the man who doesn't want to be there for his kids. So my next thing was, can exes truly move forward without being bitter? Some can, and some cannot. My time is just going fast. I gotta hurry up. But some can, some cannot. Um, some of these I'm gonna save. I want to save some of these for next week's show. Because I did not know that I was gonna run over like this. But yeah, I'll save the rest. Do I think that exes, and I'm gonna bring that back up. That'll be the discussion for next week's show. Do I think that exes, some are bitter? I know a few bitter exes. And some are not. I personally am not the bitter type. I can't be bitter. Like, I'm one of those people, sorry, that if we break up, I gotta move on. I can't sit and sorrow and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be upset when we first break up, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I've been in relationships where we go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but it just didn't work. Dang, y'all, I'm sorry. So my tip is, if you are in a relationship, try not to be bitter about it if it doesn't work. It's because there's no way that you heal from being bitter. It's just no way. If you're bitter, or if you keep sitting and reflecting on what it is that relationship was not, you're gonna be hurting yourself. You're not gonna find happiness. You're not gonna find healing. That's probably why I deal with things the way I deal with them. Also, um, take some time for yourself before you jump into another relationship. It's just that simple. Take some time for yourself. But let me show love. Okay, my top countries. Let's see: the United States, the UK, France for sure, Germany, India. They're the top countries. I said them first because they show the most love. It's not that I love any of you any less. Belgium, uh, Belgium, Canada. Hold on, I'm just gonna go through because I can't show. I'm late today, y'all. I was talking too much. Belgium, Canada. I know for sure Mexico. Yep. Brazil, France, Israel, Japan, Singapore, Ireland, Nepal. Big love to Nepal. Our Napoleon brother is coming back. Mauritius. I'm not done. I'm not done. And I'm quite sure I didn't say that right. So, Iran, we don't always get it right. We're not perfect. Spain, Netherlands, South Africa, Philippines, Australia, Hong Kong. I'm not done. Russia. Hey. Switzerland, Turkey. I need y'all to come back. I'm still into this learning Turkish. And Austria. Wait. Kenya. They're on the list now too. Shout out to Kenya. What up? And Tunisia. They're on the list. And did I say the Netherlands? I hope I said the Netherlands. But yeah, those are the countries that listen to us the most. And I love you guys. I'm probably missing some. And if I did miss you, I apologize. I love you. I love you so much. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to miss you. I promise you. I didn't. I'm going to have to go through this list and make sure I get everybody, though. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I can't do the cities right now because too many of you guys. But I do love you very, very much. I thank you for tuning into this podcast because you don't have to, but you do. Yes, you do. Some things I have to say before I get out of here, though. If you would like to be a guest on the show, why the hell not? Hit us up ambitiously thepodcast@gmail.com. It's scrolling. Ambitiously thepodcast@gmail.com. Remember, you can always call in, drop a comment, send a text. I will read your text on air. The number's 443-850-4828. It's in the link. Or you can ask me to drop a link. As long as you are on your best behavior, I will bring you on the show. If you're doing crazy stuff, I'm not going to do it. I have permission when I do play music, which I will be doing on Friday. I have full permission, some on camera, some written and on camera. But I have permission. I don't play any music that I'm not allowed to play. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Because we can use your help to grow. We need all that help, baby. We need it. We trying to grow and we need your help to do it. So please like, share, and subscribe. Check out the website, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. A lot of good stuff on there, as well as you can go to the boutique on there. I add new now my habit is to add new clothing on Tuesday, Thursday, and on the weekend when I have time. Not, when I'm not being a mom. Well, I'm always a mom, but when she doesn't have me doing what she wants me to do, I do it. If you would like to drop a donation, $ capital LURLUCIDITY, Lord Lucidity. It's in the link above and below, but depending on how you're watching as well. And we are on all streaming sites. I mean, all streaming sites. Yeah. Apple, iHeart, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. We're everywhere. So check us out. Check us out, baby. Check us out. I got time. So, let's see what else I gotta get into. I want to die. I can't wait for next Wednesday's show because I got more, and I'll have more added onto it on that. But make sure you check out Fire Friday. We play music from up and coming artists. Some of them are have intertwined relationships with artists that are already established as well. There are videos that I play with like Styles P on there as well, and there's one that I play with Corey Guns on there as well. So it depends on who the artist is. I did not play. Well, I played the commercial, my new commercial at the beginning of the show, but I'm going to play this commercial really quick. I'll be right back. It is me, your girl, Labora Lee, and today is a new day. Today is the day that you begin your podcasting journey. Today is the day that you will begin to be heard. How do you ask? Sign up for Red Circle. I'm telling you, I've been at this podcasting game for 2 years now, and joining Red Circle was one of the best decisions that I ever made. Sign up today for free. How? Just hit the link. You'll thank me later. And you will. The link is in the description above or below. I am one that believes there is enough room for all of us out here. Everybody's content is different. Everybody talks about different things. So, the world could use more voices. They can stand to hear a few more things. I'm a strong believer in that. So now I got to get to the things that need to be said at the end of every show, and that just need to be said in general. So first things first, mind your motherfucking business. Unless I'm telling it to you. Come here on Media Mondays and I tell everybody's business. I do. I'm not gonna lie. Well, not everybody's, but people in the media and politicians. It's a wide range of things that's happening, and I tell it. So come here, and I will tell you people's business. And sometimes on Why Wednesdays, because I did just give up some tea on Good Morning America. But come here, and I will give you other people's business. But otherwise, when you walking in the streets and stuff like that, mind your motherfucking business. It's a dangerous world out here. Minding other people's business, it's a little bit dangerous. It scares me. Love your babies, hug your babies, encourage your babies to be their greatest selves. Encourage them to be whatever it is that they want to be. Encourage them, tell them that they're fantastic, that they are the GOAT, because that's what I tell my daughter. Encourage them to be great. If they want to work for NASCAR, then encourage them to be the best NASCAR driver or pit boss or whatever it is else they do at NASCAR. Encourage them to be great at it. If they want to work for NASA, like my baby, then encourage them to be the best astronaut, engineer, even if it's a janitor. Encourage them to be the best damn janitor that they can be. Like, and encourage them. They need that encouragement. And last but not least, stay in your lane. Stay in your motherfucking lane. Because you jump in my lane, that's what you're going to get. And you don't want that. You absolutely don't want that. She's really not a nice girl. She's not. You want this. She's the sweet and cute and cuddly one. So stay in your lane. And what happens when you jump into other people's lanes? Usually a collision happens. Nobody wants a collision. So just stay in your lane. Just stay there. Don't jump in my lane. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Um, those are the things that I needed to say to you guys. I love you guys. Those that listen to this podcast, I appreciate you. Those that watch this podcast, big shout out to anybody that watched from YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. I appreciate you so much. It Oh, my tried going off. You didn't have to, but you do, and I appreciate you for it. Come back again. We got more fun stuff going on. So just come through. But I love you guys, and I gotta get out of here because I got a kid that I gotta make sure is in the bed and tucked in. She is already in the bed, but I gotta retuck her in. I love you guys. Good night.